Ever since I was a kid, like I've been that video guy. Like when all my friends were out, BMX biking or skateboarding or like whatever we were doing when we were kids, I was the one who had the camera in my hand and I was making videos. So
What are the top two or three for a home service small business owner? What would your suggestion and strategy?
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram,
They were horrible.
you don't have to overcomplicate it.
1 million views, 10 million views, 12 million views. I was like, this is so easy.
Just set up your camera in a time-lapse mode, record yourself.
I have so many testimonies of people who have taken social media in our industry seriously. Today, I'm going to chat with Connor Newell. He is going to reveal the secrets he learned when he used to work for Gary Vee at VaynerMedia. Connor Newell is an expert when it comes to videos. And in this day and age, short form vertical content is taking over the social media platforms like YouTube Shorts and Instagram, Facebook Reels, the TikTok, that thing over there, tickety tack. And so anyway, Connor is going to teach us how to make excellent content that's going to ultimately help us attract better customers so we can charge premium prices and earn more money. Without further ado, here's Connor Newell. I'm super excited today to be talking to my friend Connor. He's out in Oregon and he is a vertical video and a video in general specialist. What's up, Connor?
What's up, Paul? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm really excited to pick your brain today. Your team does video editing for me, and I've learned so much from you. So share a little bit about your story of how you got so passionate about video editing, videos, social media.
Yeah, for sure. So my story is, I guess, a little unique, but it's kind of fun. Ever since I was a kid, like I've been that video guy. Like when all my friends were out BMX biking or skateboarding or like whatever we were doing when we were kids, I was the one who had the camera in my hand and I was making videos. So started on, Facebook and then YouTube and just kind of carried with me all the way through college. I played college baseball, this way. And I started making these trick shot videos with my buddy in college, and they started kind of popping off, and we started connecting with companies and brands to start doing some videos for them. We ended up, we kind of realized we could make some money with it. So we started a business, and that turned into like 5 years of freelance video work for brands and businesses and stuff like that. Started to get a little burnt out with travel and started up an editing agency. So have a team of remote video editors, and we help, business owners with their video content short form. Now we're branching into long form. So yeah, video's always just been part of my life, and it's been cool now being able to kind of make it my full-time job and help other business owners with their video content as well.
And you also had a stint with Gary Vee, is that correct?
Yeah, for sure. So I can elaborate, I guess, a little bit. Graduated college. That's when I really took video serious, where I was, working for companies and making money with it. The 1 year after graduating college, there was a job opportunity that came up to work at VaynerMedia's LA office. And I, like probably so many others, was a big Gary Vee fan. I had been following him for about a year or two at that point. And I saw this job opportunity and I was like, man, like it's in LA, it's still on the West Coast. I have some friends down there. So I applied for it just thinking like, well, if I don't apply, I definitely won't get it. So I might as well shoot my shot, put my stuff out there. And ended up getting hired, moving down there for about a year, and basically followed around other business owners, CEOs, athletes, and created like vlog and social media content for them. So worked there for about a year, kind of learned the ins and outs of a big corporate organization. And yeah, then branched off to go do my thing full time. But it was definitely an awesome experience.
Yeah, that is fantastic. And just so you guys listening and watching know, I found Connor on TikTok of all places. You were on there just giving tips about social media. And I already had figured out that mastering short form vertical content is the way to go. And honestly, Connor, I'm so lazy because in 2019, I was on TikTok when Gary Vee was like, you need to be on Musical.ly. You need to be on Musical.ly. So I was making Musical.lys. Then somehow it turned into TikTok, and I'd make a video of just my friend swimming, 9,000 views. That was my first post, 9,000 views. Then I did a video of him running with his dog, my friend Zach. I was just trying to figure it out. I think it had like 20,000 views. Then my third video, I think it was like 2.1 million views, and I had 10,000 followers like on my third video, and no one was on it. Charlie D'Amelio hadn't even popped off yet. Like that's how This was pre-Charlie D'Amelio. Some of y'all
Yeah.
don't even know what I'm talking about.
I was just gonna say, yeah, it's crazy, especially how it was back then. It's funny you say that. I literally just made a TikTok about this the other day because me and my buddy, my old business partner, in 2020 when COVID hit, like most of our clients at that point in time were physical therapists, gyms, stuff like that's where we were working in kind of the fitness space. So obviously March 2020, all that shut down. So all of our business is like come to a halt, and we're like, well, what do we do? And we're just kind of like messing around, and we make a random TikTok one day, pops off, goes viral, like hundreds of thousands of views. We do it again, and we literally just did TikTok for probably like 4 or 5 months, and every video was like either hundreds of thousands of views or millions of views. And now I post one and I struggle to get like 5,000. It's like it's so different, but man, those were the good old days
Yeah,
of
but I didn't
TikTok for
take it
sure.
serious back then. I thought it was like fake, and my brother was making fun of me. He's like, "You're never gonna get a girlfriend if you're on TikTok." And I made a video and literally had like 5 million views, and then I went from 10,000 to 60 something thousand. And I was like, I'm not deleting it. This is so cool. And but anyway, I like took 2 years off of it because I didn't want to waste my life scrolling, watching it. And then I was on Instagram Reels and I had about 9,000 followers. And then the same thing started happening. And I would just post. They were horrible. Like in your eyes, they were probably beyond horrible. All I did was film myself mowing. That was it. Or my friends. 1 million views, 10 million views, 12 million views. I was
Mhm.
like, this is so easy. And
Yeah.
now it's gotten hard again. But anyway, now I'm like, okay, I'm going to take it serious. But I feel like those little bursts of those windows of opportunity have come and gone.
For sure, yeah, I mean, it definitely used to be easy, like, it was like you just post anything and it's viral, like, doesn't matter what you're posting, but, it's still possible, it's just a little more difficult. I got a buddy up in Washington who was just building, an Airbnb container home. Thing is insane, it's like 5 shipping containers all constructed into, a home out in the woods that he's, renting for Airbnb, and he has a video background like me, but all of the stuff that he was doing was all on his iPhone. He would just film basically, I would say 80% of them were just time lapses of him working on the house, and then he'd put a trending sound behind it, and it just popped off. His account, I think he got to like 600,000 followers now on his account. So his Airbnb is booked. Yeah, there's definitely still an opportunity because that's still going on. It's just your stuff does have to stand out a little bit now since it is so crowded. But yeah, the opportunity now with short form content is insane what it's doing for people. So it's pretty cool.
So guys that are listening, they own their own lawn business, landscaping business. They don't have time to post on Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, like the top 7. I'm an avid listener of Gary Vee. That's like his top 7.
Yeah.
If guys only can say, you know what, Paul, I hear you. I know it's important, but I can only post on 2 platforms or 3 max. What are the top 2 or 3 for a home service small business owner? And what would your suggestion and strategy be for somebody who does own a lawn care landscaping business wanting to maximize this opportunity?
Yeah, I would say the top 3 are probably Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook Reels. Instagram, the reason for there is because that is where all the conversions happen. You put the link in your bio, everyone knows where to go. Like it's a very transactional platform now. People are very comfortable buying and purchasing and conversing on that platform. So that's like where you should focus on your conversions. TikTok, obviously, huge for views still. If you can get in the right demographic and create content that really stands out, definitely focus there. And then Facebook as well for views. All
So
right.
you were
Tech-
mentioning Instagram, and then when you mentioned putting something in the bio, would that be the website for if someone owns a lawn care business?
Yeah, either your website or, really good landing pages where you can capture leads, whether you have like a lead magnet or a free offer or something. Every business is different, but yeah, either your website, however you want them to really get in contact with you for sure. That's a great space to have it. Yeah, like I said, TikTok, still a great place to get a lot of views. And, you don't have to overcomplicate it. What I tell people who are overthinking the content creation phase is just document what you already do throughout the day. And especially in lawn care, like for me, I run my business from home in my office. Like I sit at my computer most of the day. It's pretty boring. But if you're in lawn care, you're out doing stuff, cleaning yards, mowing grass, like doing all these things that are transforming yards. Just set up your camera in a time lapse mode, record yourself mowing the grass or transforming a landscape and post that on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and I guarantee you'll see some pretty good traction from that.
Yeah, would you recommend adding like a trending sound in the background or
Yep, definitely for that trending sound. I try to find trending sounds that are around like the 10,000 reel mark, specifically on Instagram. How many reels have been made with that sound? If something's already had millions of views, then the chance of your video getting ranked super high isn't large. So if you find something that's, starting to trend, but it's only at around 10,000 views, then, you can kind of hop on that wave early and maybe be one of the top videos that it suggests. So kind of a little hack there.
yeah, that's really good. You mentioned Instagram, you mentioned TikTok. What was the third one, Connor?
Third one would be Facebook Reels. And to be honest, the only reason I'm saying this is because I've heard Gary say it multiple times is he's saying Instagram Reels are doing great for people, but a lot of people think Facebook's dead, but I know that's what my parents scroll half the time. And, if you're looking for homeowners who want people to take care of their lawn, like that's kind of that demographic. So I think that's still a huge opportunity. And with a lot of people thinking Facebook is kind of dead, not a lot of people are posting there. So there's a need for content. So if you're putting content out there, it's going to deliver it to those people.
Yeah, totally. So I've already mentioned that the days of posting my friend Zach running with his dog, going viral on TikTok and me just mowing with no rhyme or reason, 12 million views, those were being in the right place at the right time. The whole supply demand, so much
Right.
demand, not enough supply. And now it's like, okay, you really have to stand out. So walk us through. And I know I've heard you off air teach about hooks and lighting and audio and like give somebody who might not know what you know about this the kind of perfect formula to make the best fighting chance to stand out on short form vertical content.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, with it being more crowded, you definitely have to find a way to stand out and to be a little bit different than everybody else. You can do that through quality of content. You can do that through like the value of the message that you're sharing, or you could do that through like the hook and how you grab someone's attention. A little formula that I kind of like to think about is when you're looking at structuring your video, you should have some sort of hook, which can either be just text on screen or something you say, or maybe you have a disaster of a yard and you show that clip first to really grab someone's attention. Then you should have some sort of storyline, which basically takes the viewer from beginning to end to see either what you're talking about or to understand the value that you're delivering, and then some actionable takeaway. So something at the end of the video that they can take away and either use in their life to improve their life. Maybe it was something funny, maybe it was something valuable, maybe it was something just like really satisfying that they enjoyed watching. That's how I like to frame it a little bit. It's kind of like hook, storyline, and then actionable takeaway to kind of make your stuff stand out a little bit.
That's really good. As a business owner now, because you were working for Gary Vee, as an employee, now you're the owner of your business. What have you learned? Because so many guys listening to us right now, own their own business. What have you learned in your entrepreneurial journey, just as a business owner in general?
Yeah, I would just creating systems and processes to make things easy. I saw a tweet the other day from another entrepreneur who's saying basically if anything in your business that you do that takes more than 3 steps to accomplish, you should create an SOP. Like you should document that process so that one day when you need to hire someone for that role, you already have that process documented. You can train them. The other part that goes with that is hiring and training a team. That's been probably the biggest learning curve for me. It's just like managing a team, finding the right people, and just, staying accountable to them, making sure they have everything that they need, making sure, things are getting done on time and just everything like that. So I would say like building systems and processes and then hiring and managing a team are probably like the 2 biggest things that I've learned since, starting and growing my business.
Yeah, it's very similar in the lawn industry. Finding people, reliable people, it's so difficult because they could go work in the air conditioning and get paid decent money at Costco or Target or wherever,
Mhm.
and convince someone to go out with a weed eater or lawnmower in the heat all day or in the cold if it's a winter months. It's difficult. But back to the video system, I do want, and just full disclosure, guys, I am a customer of Connor. He gets my money every month and delivers. If you go to my Instagram grid and see like the nice reels, Connor and his team made it. Now, if it's just the captions app or the just me mowing with a trending sound, I don't want to make my lack of excellence on those those videos was not, he didn't make those. You can tell the ones I made, you can tell the ones they made, but you guys add text overlays, these like swooshing sounds, and like you're zooming in and out. And I counted one little video. It was a vertical video. I counted 32 different, because I was counting how many times there's different like cuts, and like I counted 32
Yeah.
in one short form video. So anyway, you guys are absolutely next level. Talk to a business owner who might say, you know what, I don't have time to do all this. You guys can do it for them. And I use this. And Connor didn't ask me to give him a plug or anything like that. I just want to let you guys know, because people reach out to me and like, man, Paul, you're crushing it. Well, I'm delegating to people who actually know what they're doing. So share what you do and how you can help my audience.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, a lot of people kind of ask, why should I hire a video editor? I could just do it on my phone. Like, I can add captions, and, you know, there is so much, like, so many tools and so much AI out there now that it can do a lot of the work for you. But two of the things that kind of I always bring up is, like, number one, for my business, like, I have a bookkeeper for my business. So I pay someone every month to manage my books, manage my finances, do all that work for me. I could easily do it in QuickBooks, but I don't necessarily have the knowledge or expertise to do that work. And I don't want to take the time every month to do all that work. I want someone to do it for me. I want them to send it to me and I'll review it, you know? So I think the same goes with video editing. Is sure, you could do it on your own. You could probably get the job done, but it's going to take you quite a bit of time to do. And that's not really what you're an expert in. You're an expert in lawn care. So focus more on that and delegate the other stuff to someone who can probably do a better job and save you a lot of time, so you can do more work, you can get more business, and ultimately grow your business. So yeah, it's kind of what I tell most people. And even with me, I delegate all my video editing to my team too. I don't edit hardly any of my own content, just because, you know, I got to run my business and I got to spend my time doing that. And if I can have a full-time editor who does this all the time, and they're probably a better editor than me now because they do it every day, if I can delegate it to them, then it's just that much more efficient. So
yeah, that's really good. And Connor has my endorsement, guys. I've used his services. I think I started in August, and I did a video for Lowe's. That's been
yeah,
the biggest sponsor that I worked with. They reached out to
amazing.
me last summer. And I was like, whoa. And I got to go into the Lowe's store and like buy something and film it. And
Yep.
it was really cool.
Yeah.
And you guys have done so many other videos for me. And basically, I just upload the raw files and give some instructions, and then you guys return those, and then I publish them. And so I just think when I look at guys' grids, Connor, a lot of times, like someone does a coaching call with me, I'll look them up beforehand. And I'm not trying to shade on anyone. I've noticed this problem for so long. I'll go to someone's Instagram, Connor, and the grid of like 9 potential posts, people only have like 4 or 5. We're not talking about short form content. We're just talking about 4 or 5 raggedy pictures. And it's just like there's so much opportunity there if you had a nice portfolio of your work.
Yeah.
And then if you really got people watching and following, and your subscriber count, follower count was higher, if a customer sees that, then they're going to trust you better.
Exactly. It all comes down to trust. I mean, when you're putting out valuable content there, even if you tell a client like how to, or a potential customer, how to do a certain job, like if you're giving them the tips and tools to accomplish certain things to make their yard look better, there might be something that comes up that maybe they don't want to do or don't know how to do. And because you've provided all this value to them over time, they're going to hire you. Like, without a doubt, you know, we hear like word of mouth and referral business is the best type of business, but really by creating content, you're creating that referral yourself, because you're almost having a conversation every day with these potential customers, giving them value, and they can take it and actually implement it and improve their yard, improve their landscaping. And then even on the other side, let's say someone finds you on Google, or someone just finds you when they're searching for a lawn care business, and they go to your Instagram and you have tons of content there of transformations, of yards that you've done, of tips and tricks that they could use in their yard that improve the overall aesthetic and everything like that. That's who I would want to hire over someone who has no presence. I haven't consumed any content from, I don't understand what they're about or anything like that. So I think video content, one of the best ways you can build a connection with someone. So if you can just put consistent stuff out there on your Instagram, on Facebook, and give people valuable tools, then they're going to be more likely to reciprocate that value by doing business with you.
Very well said. And there's one guy who's doing a good job. My boy Paul down in Miami, Florida. He's the Miami landscaper. He posts all his jobs on there, does little time lapses, and then he just tells potential customers like, hey, check us out on Instagram. And then they see that and they're like, wow, he's got a bunch of followers. Excuse me. He does excellent work. And then, you know, he lands new jobs, and it just keeps going and going and going for him. So
Yeah.
what are some other tips? When to publish, hashtags, like the nitty gritty? How can we stand out once we have a good video? What time of day do we publish? What do we put for the captions, the hashtags, things of that nature?
Yeah. So is that like you have to post at a specific time, you have to use specific hashtags, everything like that. And really the only thing that I would say to that is definitely platform specific. So TikTok and YouTube definitely uses your hashtags in your descriptions as searchable tools for their platform. So if someone's searching for lawn care Miami and you have in your videos on either TikTok or YouTube lawn care Miami, your videos are going to pop up because that's how those platforms work. Instagram is not like that. Instagram doesn't rank hashtags. Hashtags really don't matter on that platform. I would even say hashtags don't really matter on TikTok, but as long as you have it in the description or the caption of your video, then that does just as well. And then posting times really don't matter. If the video is good, it's going to get views. You can, try to optimize that by looking at your analytics and, maybe most of your followers are on the platform at noon. You can try to post at that time. But the thing is with Reels now, your posts don't only go to your followers, they go to everyone. They go to actually more non-followers than they do followers. So even if most of your followers are on at noon, that may not be the best time because it could be that, most of the people are on at 8 p.m., but you don't see that. So really, I don't think posting time really matters. It's more just creating high quality content and being consistent with it.
Very well said, Connor. I also want to pick your brain about YouTube. I know you mentioned Instagram, TikTok, Facebook for your top three, which surprised me with YouTube being left out. What's your thoughts, strategies about YouTube and more specifically YouTube Shorts?
Yeah, I think YouTube Shorts is still great. It's kind of one of those early times like it was on Instagram Reels with getting really high views because not a ton of people are posting on there. The only difficult thing with YouTube is from Shorts, it's hard to kind of convert people because the YouTube platform, just the way it's set up, you don't really have like a specific profile with a link in your bio and like it's different than the other platforms. And I just know, like I said, since Gary's been really preaching in Facebook Reels lately, I'm just going to back that up. But YouTube Shorts would come in a close race with Facebook Reels right now. So I would definitely recommend, if you can pick four, go with YouTube Shorts as well. Yeah, definitely don't sleep on it because there's a big opportunity there.
Yeah, that's my personal strategy. I try to post frequently on YouTube Shorts, YouTube in general, even long form and mid form content, Instagram, Facebook, and I just downloaded TikTok on my phones. That's the one I forget who I heard say this, but they said you want to be a creator, not a consumer. I mean, if you want to be a consumer, that's fine. I want to be a creator. I don't want to be a consumer. And somehow, man, TikTok sucks me in and I become a consumer.
Yeah.
And it gets me. And so I just delete it. And I'm like, you ain't getting me. But then I hear Gary's like, you gotta be posting. I'm like, all right. So now I got to figure out a way where I can get on, post, and not get sucked into scrolling and watching that nonsense.
For sure. That happens to me more on Instagram Reels. It's funny you say that, but on Reels, for some reason, and I think the way the platform works is just the fact that you can't pause Reels. Like when you tap the video, it just mutes it, but it doesn't actually pause the video. You have to click and hold to pause it. Whereas on TikTok, you can click, pause it. And then like for me, it's like, okay, the video is done playing. I can swipe out of it. Like it's a lot easier. Or a lot of the time on TikTok, as soon as an ad comes up, I'll just like scroll off and just like close out of the app. I know the feeling because that's how I am with Instagram Reels. It's just like I can scroll and scroll and scroll. And I'm like, okay, I need to stop at some point.
Yes. Now I forgot my question because I was making a point about being a creator, not a consumer. I was talking about TikTok, YouTube. I had a question I wanted to ask you. I was going about YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Well, anyway, I know LinkedIn and Pinterest and Twitter. I'm not actively posting over there. Is that a mistake? It's so hard just to do the main four every day. What are your thoughts on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Pinterest? Because I've been hearing some people say I'm leaving eyeballs on the table.
Yeah, potentially. I personally don't know much about Pinterest. I don't really spend time on there. I know LinkedIn can be super beneficial. I try to post on there somewhat consistently. It's not on like my top three, but every few days, like once or twice a week, I'll probably make a video post on there. And then Twitter, I've been trying to get a little more active on. I made a challenge to myself. I was going to do 30 video tips in 30 days, but since I'm not on Twitter all the time, I kind of forget about it sometimes, but I'm going to commit to 30 video tips. So I have a Twitter thread going. I'm on day 6 right now. So I'm doing 30 video tips. So it's just something fun, new, different that I'm trying. Could be even something that, any business owner could do, right? Like if you're in lawn care, you do, here's 30 tips to improve, or even like 30 benefits to improving your landscaping, which could improve the sale of your home, curb appeal, like all these different things. It could be preventative, right? You could prevent future disasters by taking care of things now. So I don't know, just some thoughts there.
That's good to know. I think I might get a Twitter account, and you basically can post a vertical video like you do on the other platforms over there.
Yeah, you can. I'm doing more written written content. So I'll like just actually type things out. And then the thing that you could do though is, you type something out, you can screenshot that, and then you could post that screenshot as a reel
Yeah.
on Instagram. So you can kind of take content and push it multiple ways and get more bang for your buck.
Yeah, I see a lot of people doing that for sure. That's a popular trend.
Yep.
I also want to talk about equipment. I see your fresh new Shure SM7B there.
Yeah.
Sounding good for guys who, and a lot of our audience, I mean, 50, they're in their 50s. And so it's hard to hear this young buck 30 something, telling them they need to be on TikTok. But I'm saying it. When it comes to the video cameras, the audio, what is kind of bare minimum to get started recommendation? And then for someone who might want to invest, what's a good setup?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're just filming kind of out in the field content of, behind the scenes, doing the jobs and stuff like that, iPhone is incredible now. Even the 12 is totally fine. 13, 14 are great, but I film a lot of the content with my iPhone. Most Instagram reels are actually filmed with iPhones. So you're not doing anything wrong by filming with your phone. A couple settings that I would tell you to optimize is, well, number one, always clean off your lens before you film. It's probably a big mistake a lot of people make. And especially if you're working outdoors, your lens can probably get pretty dirty. So just make sure you clean off your lens before you film, and then make sure you're filming in 4K just to get the highest resolution. But really, one of the most important parts of a video is going to be your audio. So if you're speaking to the camera at all, definitely make sure you have really good audio, whether that's getting really close to your iPhone or investing in a good wireless microphone to use. DJI makes a really good wireless microphone that you can just clip on to your shirt. That way it doesn't matter how far you are away from your camera, crystal clean audio. So that's definitely good. And then if you're looking to invest, past that point, something like the Shure SM7B for an indoor like desk podcast use is amazing. And then I use the Sony ZV-1 camera, which has given us issues now.
I currently have an iPhone 13 Pro. Do you think I should get the 14 Pro? Because I do try to post every day. I want the best of the best.
I would say there's definitely a big difference from the 13 to the 14 for sure. The video quality on the 14 is insane. And then the other cool setting on the 14 now is action mode. So let's say you're like riding on a lawnmower outside and you're kind of bouncing up and down. You can turn on action mode on your iPhone and it completely stabilizes the footage. So I use that a lot actually when I'm out skiing with my friends. I'll turn on that mode and it's like completely stable, like no shakes or anything. So I think for that and a little higher video quality, the 14 is probably worth it.
Fantastic. And for those listening and watching that say, you know what, Paul, I got to get it together. I got to take my whole video game, social media game to the next level. How can people connect with you by following you on social media? You give a ton of good tips. I see a bunch of lawn guys starting to follow you now. Growing Green Landscapes in there. I think John the Grass is following you. You guys make some of his videos? Some of his videos look like you made them.
No, we don't have any other lawn care people right now. I've talked to a couple people just kind of waiting for, springtime.
Yeah, I told Brian Fuller to go your way. I don't know why he hasn't pulled the trigger yet.
Yeah, I think some of them are just kind of waiting for springtime, waiting for, kind of business to really ramp up and get started then. But yeah, I've definitely talked to a few.
Tell them how to follow you on social media. And then for those of you who want to invest in making good quality content, I have so many testimonies of people who have taken social media in our industry seriously, and it's changed their business, or in some cases, their social media does so well, they have a decision to make. Am I going to do more of this or abandon my lawn care? Just hanging out with Al Blades.
Yeah.
The guy has made so much money. I know how much money, but I can't say it out loud. He has made so much money. It's ridiculous just through making videos on YouTube. And he never knew it was going to go like this. And now he's rich. He's really rich.
Yeah.
All because of social media. So anyway, you guys can do this too. Connor can help you. How can they connect?
Yeah. Connor Newell __ on Instagram. So CONNOR Newell on Instagram. Probably the best way to reach me. And then my website, verticalvideopro.com. You can go there, can find more information on what we do and things like that.
Fantastic. Well, he is expensive, guys. I will tell you on the onset, it's just like you put it in your marketing budget. This Instagram grid is your marketing portfolio. If I go to buy a house and I'm looking, this literally happened. There's a guy who was looking down. I don't want to tell you guys where I'm moving to, but I was looking and this guy's social media was raggedy. And so I passed him up. And then I went to another woman, and nothing to do with man versus woman. but this woman's posting, popping, or Instagram's trustworthy. I'm probably going to hire her versus the guy who I went to his page and it was a joke. And so investing money and having really good videos of your work, of you talking about, becoming an authority in the space, it is so worth it. So I would encourage everybody to invest money in Connor services and get legit online. So
yeah, I appreciate that. I guess one last takeaway, if you could, Paul, as you're describing that, you look at this person's Instagram and you're like, oh, I don't really see the value here. This guy maybe doesn't look professional. Then you look at the other lady and she's, doing it every day. She's consistent. You can tell she's a hard worker and it really reflects their brand. Do you want your brand to be reflected as kind of the budget option that doesn't really care, probably doesn't do a great job, isn't consistent? Or do you want your brand to reflect something of high end, high performance, delivers high quality results every time? So you really have to look at that when you're thinking about how you present yourself on social media.
That's so good. Gary Vee said that social media is word of mouth on steroids.
Yeah, I'd agree.
That's so good. Well,
Yeah.
I really appreciate your time, Connor, and I will put in the description of this podcast his Instagram handle. So go give him a follow and learn from him. And then for you guys who really want to grow your business, this is a great investment in your marketing budget to get a full-time editor, not full-time, but an editor who can edit your videos to make them look really good. So
Sure.